Today's Wednesday, July 24th, 1996.
From the Olympic Games in Atlanta, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis. 6 minutes after the hour, thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. We're at the AT&T Global Olympic Village at Centennial Olympic Park in Atlanta. And that is where all the Olympians, all of the competitors, all of the gawkers, they're all hanging out here. This is where they are. This is where we are. And among the revelers today, I don't know if you know this, among the revelers who showed up, did you hear about this? The first time I heard it, I thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. O.J. Simpson is here. O.J. Simpson is here. Now, why is he here? Now, they say he's here to see gymnastics. But you got to figure, if you were going to look for the real killers in Brentwood, there's not a lot of people walking down the street. And you come here, there's a lot of people. The odds are much better that the real killers would be right here. So I have to believe O.J. did not come to see gymnastics. That is a ruse. He is here for one reason and one reason only, to find the real killers. And who knows, they could be among us. Now, why are you saying to yourself the real killer is among you, Tom? Well, maybe he is. But anyway, and please do not try to contact O.J., okay? Because although he is staying at the Peachtree Plaza Hotel, you should not try to contact him there. Don't do it. Please don't do it. At the Peachtree Plaza Hotel here in Atlanta, do not call that hotel and try to reach O.J. He's probably not under his own name anyway. You wouldn't want to try that. So don't do it. I mean, if the hotel were flooded with calls with people calling up going, "Hi, can I speak to the real killer?" that would really freak them out. I don't think that would be a good idea. So do not call that hotel. That's the Peachtree Plaza Hotel. Don't call it. Please. No, Dooley, there is no dagger toss competition here. The 50-meter reach around. Very exciting. Anyway, here we are. We're at the Olympic Games. 2 whole weeks here in Atlanta. Have not seen a Diet Pepsi yet. It's been 4 days now. Not seen a single one. I haven't seen an empty Diet Pepsi bottle. You know what? We did see one. The first day we were here, among the stands on the street, there was a stand that said, "Cold Pepsi, not Coke." And I didn't realize the significance of that. That concession stand has miraculously disappeared. So, I don't know. You got to wonder, did someone get whacked? What happened there? What's that all about? They banned Pepsi from Atlanta. There is no Pepsi here. None. In case you were wondering. Goodness gracious. But there's all the Coca-Cola you can drink. Anyway, I want to talk about an issue that has nothing to do with the Olympics, but it is, but it is fascinating. It's going to require me to do a little spelling and for you to do a little thinking, because it has to do with our favorite topic, that is language on TV and radio. As you know, the Federal Communications Commission, which, by the way, if you tried to pronounce it, you couldn't say it on the air. Tried to pronounce those letters, but the Federal Communications Commission is always looking over our shoulder to see if we say something dirty on the air. Now, of course, they will not give us a list of the things we cannot say on the air, but they're always looking, and after you've done it, they'll tell you you did wrong. That's how we find out. Well, you've heard of Stephen Bochco. You know who that is, right? Stephen Bochco is a TV producer. He was the creator of Hill Street Blues and L.A. Law and NYPD Blue. And now he's got a deal, I believe it's with CBS. And CBS has always been, in my mind, the conservative broadcasting system. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that politically. I mean that in terms of what kind of content they have on the air. I mean, come on. The home of Murder, She Wrote. And a bunch of octogenarian newscasters. I mean, that's CBS. It's like the broadcasting network for old people. You know, once David Letterman hits 50, you know, he goes to CBS. That's the way it works. It's just the old broadcasting system. You know, that's what it is. OBS. But nonetheless, here you've got Stephen Bochco, who has produced these shows that are, well, you'd have to call them pretty cutting edge. NYPD Blue, which is on ABC, they show Dennis Franz's ass on TV. Now, may I say something? That was obscene. I'm amazed the FCC didn't step in for that. But nonetheless, there it was. In all its hairy glory, it was on ABC. You could see that. Very exciting. So, anyway, here you've got Stephen Bochco, and that show has all kinds of language you don't usually see in primetime TV. Well, now there's going to be a new show, and CBS has signed Stephen Bochco to produce some shows for them. And this fall, there's going to be a new show. And, of course, Stephen Bochco does this every summer. He's introducing a new show. He leaks to the press some controversial thing that's going to be on his show. And then they'll have the big debate in the press about whether it ought to be shown, whether it should not be shown. Inevitably, the network will not give in. The network will give in and will let him have his way, and they will allow him to show this. But in the meantime, they'll make it look really controversial, and they'll debate this all summer, and they'll sucker in people like me to talk about it. And that's what I'm going to do, because I'm a sucker, and you know it. But here's the deal, okay? This show called Public Morals, what is it about? I don't even know what this show is about. It's a comedy. All right, it's a comedy. That's fine. And the article I'm looking at from today's Los Angeles Times does not mention this, but I've seen this in a previous article, and so I'm going to go with this angle. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the pilot episode apparently contains a phrase to describe a group of hookers. And the phrase is, it's a two-word phrase. The last word is posse. P-O-S-S-E. The first word begins with P, ends with Y, and is frequently attached to the word cat. How long is this taking you to figure this out, Eric? Wait a minute. So, blank posse, okay? You understand? Like the match game. Remember the match game? Blank posse. And the first word begins with P, ends with Y. And you know the word I'm thinking about. Frequently a crude term to describe female genitalia. All right. Did I clean that up enough, Eric?
Now I get it.
Now you get it. Thank you. Okay. All right. This phrase apparently shows up in the pilot episode of the new Stephen Bochco comedy for CBS. A reference to hookers, like a group of hookers, the blank posse, and they didn't say blank. They said that word. That word, oh, I'd say it. But for some reason, they've got different standards for radio than TV. The FCC doesn't, but the public does. Well, the FCC does, too. You know, Oprah and Ricky and all these people can discuss all this disgusting stuff, but if I say ass on the air, everybody freaks out. But I just said it again, so there. But nonetheless, I'm not going to say this word because I don't think some of our stations are ready to be as cutting edge as Stephen Bochco. Now, they're saying that CBS is not sure if they're going to air this, and they're going to be having conversations about this and negotiations over it. My guess is that CBS, who has had ratings problems and a lack of young demographics for years, they're going to decide that they're going to have to go along with Stephen Bochco, that they're in the 90s, that they're competing with HBO, and that they got to get this word on the air to get people to tune in. Because there just hasn't been enough of it on TV, they're going to have to get it in somehow. Pause. Okay. Now, We could talk about whether that word belongs on TV, but let me give you another angle to this, okay? We've debated the V-chip on the air. And I personally think the V-chip is a joke, and I don't want to pay for it, okay? And we've had that conversation. But the V-chip is done. It's going to be reality. TVs are all going to have V-chips in them. So here's my question for you relating to that. All right, fine. Let's say you don't think this word belongs on television, or radio for that matter, all right? And by the way, if I were talking about a cat, it would be perfectly okay to say that word, wouldn't it, Mr. Braverman?
It would be.
So if I went on the air and said the word pussycat, for example, that would be okay. That would be cute. That would be okay. If I said the James Bond film Octopussy, I could say that on the air because that would be okay.
Good movie.
But if I said that word along with posse and was trying to describe hookers, well, I couldn't say that on the air. I'd lose affiliate, so I can't do that. So anyway, so I'm not going to say the word on the air in that context. I just wouldn't do that. Besides, in that context, it has a vulgar connotation. And I wouldn't want to freak anybody out, okay? Anyway, here's the deal. You got the V-chip. They've forced this down our throats, so to speak. And it's coming, and now you'll have a television which will automatically receive some signal from the TV network. It will tell you there is some kind of offensive broadcast coming down the pipe. And you have the option of, like, setting your TV so anytime one of these shows is on, it automatically will not let you see the show. So if this gadget actually is going to work, is there any reason not to have that word on TV or any other word for that matter? In fact, is there any reason for the Federal Communications Commission to be monitoring what is on TV? This is a very interesting question. I mean, why not topless Miss America? Why not every vulgarity in the book? Why not run the deer hunter and have people blowing their brains out on network TV? If you've got the V-chip, then I guess anything goes. Right? Anyway, here's our toll-free telephone number from across North America. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. 17 minutes after the hour, my name is Tom Leykis, and we will continue.
You're listening to The Tom Leykis Show.
Janet Evans here with an AT&T Olympic Games World Without Limits quiz. In the first modern Olympic Games in 1896, there was a men's 400-meter dash, but no women's event. For years, women were banned from the 400 and other longer events, which were deemed beyond their limits. Now that that's changed, what's today's 400-meter women's record?
Imagine a world without limits. Imagine new AT&T WorldNet service. Now it's simple for anyone with AT&T to surf the internet.
Stuff is on HBO.
That's a problem, too.
Well, wait a minute. HBO you have to pay to put in your home.
Exactly.
Why shouldn't you be able to have that in your home if you want it?
Because I don't think it should be, I don't think that they should have a choice to put it in their home or not.
Why not?
Well, because would you want...
This is personal, private freedom. This is your personal choice.
Not exactly society.
I mean, I can speak any way I like in my home. I can wear my wife's panties at home if I feel like it. You know, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you can, but I'm saying the people...
So should I not be able to do anything I want in my own home?
That come up with that, yeah. I'm talking, that's you as a person, but when people make up this kind of stuff and let people bring this into their home...
But I could say that word in my home in front of children if I want to.
That's your choice.
But, well, wait a minute. Why is it okay for me to say the word in front of the kids, but not to let them see a TV show with the word in it?
Because it's just disgusting. Then if you would do that in your home around people that come into your home, then it'd be sickening.
Well, that's fine, though. It's my home.
A lot of parents work nowadays, and if they allow that to be on in their home...
But didn't you just hear what I said? I said you got a V-chip. You can control what's happening in your own home. When your kids leave home, you have a lack of control over a variety of things. You don't know what your kids are going to eat. You don't know who they're going to be having sex with or whether they're going to do drugs. You don't know what TV shows they're going to see. You don't know if the neighbor next door is going to take your kids to go see striptease, rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent or guardian. How do you know they're not going to do that? You just don't know.
Right.
So why should we limit our banning this to network television?
Because you let this go, you're going to let something else go and something else go, and it's...
What, and how is that word going to? How is that word going to affect children? Can you specifically tell me what that's going to do to kids?
It's not just that word. Yeah, I mean, I heard you talking about topless Miss America.
Topless Miss America pageant. What's wrong with that?
Because I just don't think that it's proper.
Well, why do you say that? I don't think the Miss America pageant is proper, but there it is.
Well, they just have swimsuit contests now.
Why is that proper?
Oh, that's a swimsuit because your private parts are covered up.
What makes them private parts? And if there's a V-chip, you can't see topless Miss America if you don't want to.
Okay, then you have it. When can I take I can take the V-chip and put it in my home without anybody knowing. That's me as one single person.
That's it. If I want to watch that stuff, I should be able to. I'm not going to make you watch it, but I don't want you to stop me from seeing it.
Well, that's my problem with all these perverts and people around. They're able to watch this stuff.
Oh, and that's what makes a pervert.
No, I'm saying the society way people are able to watch this stuff, and they shouldn't be. If they want to do it in their privacy of their home with their wife or whatever they got, then that's fine.
But that's where people watch television. Where do you think they watch it?
I'm not talking just watching TV.
What are you talking about?
Whatever they want to do.
Sandy?
Yeah?
What are you hanging up on me over there? What are you doing over there?
I'm just trying to get a better... I wish the society wasn't the way that it was. I'm sorry.
There's nothing we can do about that, you and I. That's the way it is. And I say, we have a country that is supposed to be a free country. I say if, especially now that they're making us all buy this V-chip with our new TV sets, then in return, I think we should be able to watch anything on TV that networks want to put on. I think they should put on anything they like.
That there were more educational and environmental things on TV than...
Do you have cable?
No, I don't.
Well, why don't you?
Because I think that's a bunch of crap on there.
Well, what about the Discovery Channel? Have you ever seen it?
That's the only thing that I'd ever watch on cable, and I wish I could...
Oh, really? You wouldn't watch CNN or C-SPAN?
Well,
you wouldn't watch Congress in action? You wouldn't watch the Weather Channel?
You get enough news and stuff on there, on other channels. You get enough...
What about the History Channel?
Yeah, I wish I could pick which channel that I want to pay for on my TV instead of having a stupid package that everything needs to be on. Why can't I just pick the Discovery Channel and pay for just the Discovery Channel on my TV?
Well, why would you want to do that when there's so much on there?
I don't care. That's a choice I have.
My God, why can't you just get Channel 7 and not get Channel 4?
I wish I could just get Channel 9. I'm serious. I wish I could just get Channel 9.
Channel 9, he's calling from Seattle. Channel 9 is the PBS station in Seattle.
Well, whichever station. I
have to tell everybody,
pick out whichever channel that I would like to get.
Well, I understand, but...
that's a choice that I want. If I want that choice, why isn't it available?
But you know what? You have a TV that was made in the last 3 or 4 years, don't you?
Yes.
There's channel blocking now. You probably have it on your TV and don't even know how to use it.
No, I do use it.
Well, then there you go. So what are you complaining about?
I'm just talking about everybody else that wants, and people that...
So you don't want the rest of us to see this stuff. That's where you're coming from.
Because there's no reason for
you want to stop me from seeing that.
That's right. You shouldn't see it. There's no reason for you to see it.
Well, if I want to, it's none of your business what reason I have.
Yes, it is, because it's whatever you think of. There's people out there that have a problem with seeing it. They're irresponsible, and they don't see it for the privilege of their own self.
Hang on a second, Sandy. Don't go anywhere. Let me bring in Teresa. Teresa, you don't agree with Sandy. Why not?
God, I'm dying here. I'm dying.
Go ahead.
No, what is she like, the little police Gestapo here or something? The police Nazi? If anybody wants to watch, because I watch Saturday Night Live, or if I watch something that's objectionable, I'm not going to go out and be a deviant in society. And I have children, and I do not let them...
Oh, she hung up on you there, Teresa. Yeah, she wimped out.
Oh, my God, I can't believe her. That you shouldn't watch it either? Can you believe that?
Yeah, well, see, we finally got down to the nub of it. See, it was not that she was worried that her kids are going to see it. She's worried that I'm going to see it, or that you're going to see it.
You're already an adult with a formed mind. You're already ruined. That's too late.
That's right. I'm already ruined. And I've been ruining others.
That's right.
I know that word. I've used that word, but I'm not on the air.
What's that hotel we're not supposed to call again?
Do not call the Peachtree Plaza Hotel. Do not call that hotel.
I won't. And
Please.
I guess I wouldn't wear...
And please tell everybody else not to call, because that would be a bad thing to do.
Oh, but Tom, that woman just got me. She just got me going. I wasn't going to call. I'm on my way out the door, but she's just like, I can't believe she would... And when she said that you shouldn't watch it either, she's like the world's mother.
Well, that's why I kept her on as long as I did, because I knew she'd unpeel like an onion eventually. She unpeeled like an onion, for God's sake.
Well, I just think that if you have kids, you are the one that ultimately, you can't make the world child-proof. And you have to be the one to, to take care and see what your children are watching. But don't push your belief on anything, on everybody else. I mean, God.
I agree with you, Teresa. Thank you for the call.
Bye.
Take care. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. I don't see what the problem is. Stephen Bochco's new